Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. A contest in the West. We'll see if the Dallas Mavericks can please their home crowd. And going against Phoenix, their first meeting of the season. They were dominated last year. Not a good matchup for them, going 1-3 in the season series.
Yeah, and they're hoping for a better showing against this club this season. Last year, they came out on the losing end.
And so it's the Suns getting on the board first. Pass to Brunson. Here's Doncic. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for the Suns.
And with Chris Paul, he makes this team work. Gets the most out of his teammates and has done that wherever he's played.
And he gets it to go.
A playmaker of Doncic's talents wasn't missing that gap. He quickly gets the ball to the wide open man.
Booker with no one around buries the long-range jumper. Booker's got 5 points so far. As you said, Paul's teams often overachieve in the standings.
People still underestimate his impact. Sets up and improves his guys as well as anyone, and he's the engine to this whole operation.
On the wing, Booker. There's the three. Knocks down the three ball. Booker's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Suns.
And just lights out in terms of his scoring. Devin Booker's calling card. Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
Back to Ayton. Here's Paul. Powell pulls it in.
He's going to be shaking his head on that one. Knows he missed an easy one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and you for sure you want him taking that kind of shot. You can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
Now here's Doncic. Devin Booker missing his last shot. Buries it from three-point range.
And you gotta respect Lucka's passing skills. Just a multi-talented player who is all about sharing the basketball.
As we look ahead to the playoffs, Brent, what surprised you in your first postseason appearance going back to 1997?
I think the details, Kevin, really are the most incredible part of playoff basketball is how deep and how good you assess what it is the other team is bringing to the table. Their playbook then becomes something that you know quite well. You understand the matchups and the tendencies of your matchup, and that kind of level of detail is just incredibly impressive.
And here is Doncic after Devin Booker getting his shot to go from deep.
And you know you're special when you're drafted third and people still can't believe you slipped that far. That's how good Doncic has been in his young career.
That free throw good from Doncic. And Greg, at the time of the 2018 draft, Lucka Doncic was regarded as the best international prospect ever.
And that sounds right because, you know, coming from Europe, a lot of people assume that he's got a low ceiling, but he's surpassing all those expectations.
For three, Booker lets it fly. Again, Phoenix.
Assisted.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Back to Doncic. Brunson with a clean look. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Brunson's got 5. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Booker taking a little bit of it out on the rim that time.
Fires the three. Another three for Dallas.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
The 19-foot shot. That shot misses. And it's Dallas the other way. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
Yeah, so close in that one, but That's of no solace to the players. They played their hearts out.
Yeah, you want to respond in kind, but that last game, it was an effort that most of the time can get you a win. You ran into a tough opponent who was playing at a high level.
And here's Booker from the arc.
3 points.
Another 3 for Phoenix.
And really, the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
The 3 for Doncic. Does not score with that shot. It's his second miss against 2 made shots. A nice shot by Booker.
Yeah, Booker filling it up quickly here tonight. You got to respect the versatility, especially how dangerous he is on the offensive end.
Here's Brunson. The rejection by Paul. Tie game and some big points being put up on the board. Clark, as we wrap up the first. And we'll return shortly. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And guys, what's your take on the Mavericks so far?
Well, the coaches preach ball movement, and we saw exactly why in that first quarter.
Well, everybody just feeling the energy of the basketball as they moved it around, and lots of hands were touching it.
Dane looking around. Pass to Booker. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for Dallas. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the three-point shot of Mikal Bridges seemed to abandon him early in his NBA career. Coach Monty Williams said he developed a hitch in his release. Bridges got in the lab with the coaching staff, changing his shot midway through season 2. And the results speak for themselves. Guys?
He had a career year shooting, that's for sure. I admire his work ethic. D.A., thank you. Pass to Kleba. Here's Ntilikina. And stolen by Booker. And first time out of the game called for Phoenix.
All right, cookies come out of the court. Come on and get loud for your Mavericks dance team.
Changing it up here.
Mavericks dance team. Make some noise, fans.
Paul outside. Oh, Ayton in position. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Chris Paul.
As long as passes are in that area, Ayton's going to get up and go down.
And Chris Paul still a great defender. Fantastic position.
Well, not only the positioning, but if you watch Chris Paul, he's calling out every option of every play that every offense is running in the NBA. That kind of intelligence gives the rest of his group incredible confidence. And from the very beginning, Chris Paul has been one of the most disruptive point guards defensively the league has ever seen.
Pass to Bull. Down low. Cleveland. McGee with the block. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by McGee. Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. Just 5 on the clock. Booker outside. From down in the low post, it goes. Now it's a 4-point Suns lead. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Suns.
great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
Another big aspect has to be the fast break and transition play, really looking to go up tempo tonight.
Inside, and Ayton throws it down.
Well, Booker has established that he can score, and now showing that he can play make.
That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
To the middle. It's rebounded by Dallas.
Yeah, can't see why he missed that one there. The D's close, but looked like plenty of room.
To the inside. Dallas moving it around. Back to Bertans. To the paint. Here's Kleba. Tries again. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. Suns leading by 4. Back to Booker. And there's 1:45 left to play here in the second quarter. And Ayton throws it down.
The defense gets physical, but Ayton doesn't seem to get knocked off of balance. That helps him to keep the focus.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And there's the call on Devin Booker. That's his first foul.
That's his first.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Doncic. The second chance effort. The shot by Powell, no good. Ball outside. And here's Booker from the arc. Another 3 for Phoenix.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
His second personal foul.
And Kevin, everybody's dissected Lucka's offensive game, trying to find that weakness. And I'm just here to tell you, I don't think he has it.
And it's Phoenix's ball. They're on a 15-6 run. Down low. No good. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. Here's Powell. Phoenix grabs the miss. We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
Paul for 3. Has to be Ambo. Paul outside. From outside the arc. Bullock with the rebound. Mavericks trailed by 7. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure. And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. That's a 2 from Paul. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
Well, right now the defense completely uncomfortable in guarding pick and rolls with Chris Paul. He loves to dice up the D in those sets.
And so it's Phoenix heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. And we'll be back with you shortly. And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Now here's Paul. Lays it up and banks it in. Paul's got the lead up to 9 now for the Suns.
And Paul takes pride in scoring past the defense. He's used to getting roughed up a little bit. Sometimes he causes most of that, though. True grit from the little man.
And we all know that star players get a few more perks, but Greg, that can also stir up misgivings in a locker room when things aren't always equal.
Kevin, it's a great point, and coaches really have to be careful. If you're holding one player accountable and giving another a pass, that tends to lead to a fractured locker room.
Phoenix calls timeout.
Suns timeout.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Got to feel good as a coach if you make all those adjustments, pull the right strings. That's what they love to do.
Substitution.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
Devin Booker.
They've got to like what Devin Booker is doing in this one.
The defense has to take the ball out of his hands. He's just knocking down every three-pointer he takes right now.
Which cloud is section 1 the t-shirt? Ladies and gentlemen, your Mavericks dance team.
Pass to Bullock. Here's Finney-Smith. Inside. Here's Powell. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
That's his first personal foul.
It's on JaVale McGee.
Team foul.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
And so he hits both. And a minute played as the second half gets going. And here's Booker. 32 points in the game. To the middle. Here's McGee. Good. A nice assist from Booker.
The assist.
And the Suns lead by 7.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
And Phoenix pushing it up now. Suns moving the ball around. To the inside. Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
The big guy going up and trying to rip that rim off.
Right, you always want DeAndre Ayton to play more aggressively, don't you?
Well, it's when he's at his best, especially when he's down low and using his frame. He's kind of like, you know, this young kid that doesn't realize how big he is, but he's starting to understand how much his size can impact what he can do on both ends of the floor.
Nailed from three-point land.
Yeah, 80%. Is that a good number from the field? I think so. 4 of 5 here shooting. Terrific start.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Phoenix. They lead by their biggest margin of the game. 9.
Catching and shooting with confidence. Devin Booker letting it fly.
Dallas calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
So both teams making some changes here. To the paint. Here's Bertans. And he banks in the layup. Bertans got his second basket of the night.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
Booker left side. On the wing, Booker. And he gets the bucket.
Down the stretch, he's been flat out awesome. He helped them get the lead, and now he's making sure they keep it.
Passed to Dinwiddie. And a miss there on the triple. Suns lead by 11. Another 3 for Phoenix.
Just how awesome is it to watch the best of the best start to dominate in a game.
Pulls up on the wing. It's hauled in by the Suns.
Well, that's the only way to take him out of his comfort zone from that range. Get right up in the jersey, force him off the spot.
Devin Booker.
Driving in, and